so happy we alive.
Here's Roger Christie, and maybe you could tell me what your association with Philip has been and what's...
Frederick.
Frederick, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Frederick is a fairly new member of the THC ministry, about 3 months, I think. He saw my ad in the newspaper, asked to be ordained and to join up, and so I made that happen and showed him how to accept the separation of the benefits of the separation of church and state where it comes to cannabis sacrament is concerned. So Frederick got the paperwork in his hands, in his wallet, and then was out enjoying his life when he got stopped at a roadblock, a traffic stop, and he can tell the story from here, what his experience was at that traffic stop.
How long ago was this, Frederick?
Oh, it's about 3 or 4 weeks now.
Mm-hmm, about 3 weeks.
Yeah, about 3 weeks it happened. Came to a traffic stop. I guess when they check, the registration, make sure everything's okay with the car.
Here in Hilo?
Yeah, right in Hilo, going down to 4 miles. So there was a little roadblock, and they stopped him, and they saw my little joint or whatever. So they asked me to step out the car, and they searched my car. And when they searched my car, to get my wallet, they look at my THC ministry card. And honestly, the police officer said he don't even want to deal with it. He just gave me my card, my joint back, and told me to leave. He said he didn't want to deal with the paperwork, and just told me to leave.
You're kidding.
I swear. But he said he don't even want to deal with it, and just left. He just told me to go.
Now, did he find your THC ministry card, or did you bust your THC ministry card out?
He opened my wallet.
He did?
Yeah, he opened my wallet because I was still, he was searching me and I couldn't move. And he busted out and he seen it himself and he looked at it, showed him my ID with it, and he said he don't even want to deal with the paperwork.
Really?
And he said, just go. I didn't want to deal with the paperwork because my license, everything was concurrent with the car. And he said he didn't want to deal with it, so he just left.
Really?
So he said, just go.
That's pretty incredible.
I thought so too.
Really?
Because I'm going to be honest, my heart was pumping for a minute. But I was like, oh, cool, well, I can go ahead and smoke my joint.
So have you talked with other members of the ministry who've had experiences like this?
Not recently, no. I can't say. Because I know a lot of people, by surprise, a lot of my friends are part of the THC ministry that I never knew. But they're using the card to its fullest effect and going by the guide rules and the lines. So legally, everybody is in the right state of frame of what to do, abiding by the THC ministry laws and versus the government laws. So everybody's a winner. So therefore, the police and the government can't say anything. So as far as I know, that anybody that's part of the THC ministry is living very suitable without getting harassed. So everybody's living comfortable.
And people can find out about getting their THC ministry packet from www.tHC-ministry.org. Frederick, thank you for joining us today.
Oh, no problem.
Aloha.
Other people, but was allowed for religious purposes. So yeah, the history is rich, and many cultures have a word for cannabis or hemp in their language, and even Judaism in the holy anointing oil. You've heard on this show from Chris Bennett and others that research now concludes that the holy anointing oil of Moses included cannabis or cannabism as one of the active ingredients.
Wasn't there something on the BBC recently?
Just last week.
What did they say?
That Jesus healed using cannabis in his ministry. I've got the story here from The Guardian. It also played on the BBC. It said Jesus was almost certainly a cannabis user and an early...
Jesus was a cannabis user.
Jesus Christ, the Christ, was almost certainly a cannabis user and an early proponent of the medicinal properties of that drug. According to a study of scriptural text published this month, the study suggests that Jesus and his disciples used the drug to carry out miraculous healings. It makes perfect sense. We all know the benefit that cannabis has on glaucoma and people that are suffering from spasticity and multiple sclerosis and all kinds of ailments. Cannabis is the miracle healing herb. It is the botanical messiah. And it's here to feed all our hungers: food, clothing, shelter, medicine, fuel, sacrament, and so much more. it's just obvious to some of us, and now it's being covered in almost a mainstream way by the BBC and the Guardian newspaper. So I'm thrilled that this enlightenment is coming to planet Earth at this time. It's a very exciting time.
So you're I don't know what they call it, an optimist that just won't quit. I mean,
What am I? I'm an optimist. I'm a dreamer, and I'm living my dream, and it's working out beautifully in many ways. I get to live in this beautiful place and do the work of my heart, and it's my passion. I am a passionate cannabis activist and advocate. I'm here to. My mission is to help liberate cannabis for all its many uses, and we're doing it. And step by step, we're doing it. Hawaii has the only industrial hemp test plot in the United States with a DEA permit. I helped on that. Hawaii has a legislated medical marijuana law, the only one in the nation like it. I helped with the passage of that. And now we have some degree of respect here, which I'm very thrilled to share with people, for the religious use of cannabis as sacrament. And we've got a beautiful, beautiful future. Everybody watching this show, we've all got a beautiful future. And the word is reverence. I use the word reverence in my use of cannabis. It's a way to describe a respectful use of the plant. I think I'm convinced that I use it in a reverent way, and it gets me more benefit that way. I use less of it, but I do deep breathing with it. I use also calamus root powder. I sprinkle on it, and I'm very much in favor of calamus root powder.
and what does that do?
It's a mental clarifier and a memory enhancer. It's a cerebral function herb.
Is it illegal?
No, it's legal, and it's available usually by special order through any health food store probably in the country. So just a phone call to a health food store can get a pound of calamus root, and a pound is only about $15, and it goes a long way. It lasts at least a year, and you can spread it around to your friends, and it's a benefit. It's an energizer. It energizes my mind. It energizes my body, and I love the stuff. I highly recommend it.
And how about the marijuana or cannabis out here in Hawaii? People have spoken of it as a legendary.
Yeah, it used to be the standard that High Times and other cannabis journals would compare different cannabis to was Hawaiian, and it's true. We've got the beautiful blessings of rich, fertile soil here. These volcanic islands have beautiful, fertile soil, and abundant rainfall in many areas, and beautiful, intense sunshine, and a year-round growing conditions. So we got very famous for growing some of the best on planet Earth, and deservedly so.
And maybe that's why the green harvest or whatever hit you so hard.
Exactly.
And
the tonnage was extreme here. I mean, we grew lots, and so they hit us hard. And I think this is the place that's going to heal. It'll turn. The pendulum will swing again, and I believe it is now. I can see the future for Hawaii as a place where the Christ consciousness, and what I mean by that is a feeling of compassion and understanding and caring for the earth and ecology and organic gardening, and that beautiful spirit that comes through this plant. There's going to be a revival. There is a revival coming with cannabis right now, and Hawaii is going to be a beautiful example, I believe, for that return to the sustainability of providing our own sacrament. Again, planting a seed in the soil and growing this beautiful plant in a window box or on your acreage in private at home is going to be commonplace in the coming years here.
I have to comment that I was impressed personally today. I was walking down the street and with Roger Christie here, and I noticed he immediately went up and began speaking with the chief of police and the